Hey loves, how's it going? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, I wanted to talk about how you and your specific person's praying to be in your reality right here and right now. And I want us to remember that as we begin to assume the state and feel as if we already have exactly what it is that we desire, always remember that the small things we do, so even the things that seem so insignificant and so small when it comes to manifesting, can actually mean a lot in the overall assumption that we're getting. And you guys have heard me talk about this concept quite a lot called priming, where what you're putting in your external reality is giving life to certain assumptions, to certain ideas, and to certain beliefs. And so I always want you to remember, even the stuff we do that seems so insignificant, so small, it's going to have an impact overall. And I don't want you to be like worrying. So like thinking, oh my gosh, are my negative thoughts going to be manifesting them? No. And if you do something not so positive, it doesn't mean that your entire manifestation is ruined at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying we can heavily manifest much quicker, much sooner by actually aligning all of these small things that are happening with our end state. Because think of you being married to your specific person. How do you act? How do you think? What do you believe? How do you feel? And really all it is again, the assumption of already feeling as if you already have what you want. But the reason I'm actually talking about this, and this is like what I'm kind of getting to and the idea I want to talk about, and sorry kind of for the different location. I was in kind of my living room and I was like, I'm just gonna film here. I think it'll be okay. So we got this huge microphone right in the way. But I want to ask you, because a lot of the time in my coaching sessions, people will state that they're getting into the assumptions, getting into the belief, and then they'll kind of come in mentioning some not so positive things happening between either a conversation, a text message, or a phone call with them and their specific person. And I want to begin by saying we've all been there. We've all been impatient, been worried, had fears, has had anxiety. And I will say every single person, even in all my coaching sessions that get awesome, amazing results, do have anxiety. So anxiety is not messing up your manifestation. But I have found there's like small times when texting that we can actually not be acting from the state and not be in the assumption, but it's really getting into our belief and causing us to not fully live in the end. And I'll ask you a question that's going to completely tell me if you are in this state, if you're fully acting from the end, or if we feel like we're not. And so I want you to answer this question. Would you be confident showing your appropriate text messages or phone call conversations with you and your specific person? Would you feel okay with posting them to social media? So putting that online, putting it on YouTube, putting it on TikTok, would you feel comfortable with that? Or even allowing a manifestation coach or someone you know to read them? That's going to answer if you are coming from and acting from the state or not. And I'll tell you why exactly that means you're coming from the state. Because if you're coming from that feeling, that enlightened feeling of being married to your specific person, then all of your messages are going to be coming from this loving and abundant and positive state, right? So then in that case, you should have no problem showing other people your messages, right? But if we're kind of worried and kind of not feeling proud of those messages because we weren't coming from our end state, then we're not going to be wanting or desiring to show them. And your first thought is going to be your thought. And I know everyone's probably going back in their phone now and thinking or looking at the messages like, would I actually show this? But it really does. Because when we're texting our specific person, when we're on a phone call, anything like that, we're going to be acting a lot of the times from our emotional states. And then we're either supporting a belief of us being together or supporting a belief of us not being together. So that's why we want to focus on this. So what I want you to try, and this is going to be a technique that I absolutely love from now on, all of your messages, all of your phone calls, act as if everyone in your reality can hear what you're saying and doing, or act even better as if your end state, so that version of you, so you being that version of yourself married to your specific person, pretend as if they're watching you during this text, during these messages, during the calls. Act as if they're watching. Or if you can even use me, because hopefully, I don't know, maybe whatever coaches you watch online, act as if whatever your favorite manifestation coach is, act as if they're watching you and with you while you're writing those messages or on the phone call with your specific person. And you're going to find that you act from the state like 1,000,000 times more than you ever have in the past. And I know it's really, really funny and it seems like a comical idea or technique, but you will see that you will act much, much differently. Again, though, because I've seen this play out in a lot of different coaching sessions. So never forget that you can always act from the state. It literally takes just as much energy to feel as if you already have your specific person as to feel that you don't have your specific person. Those are the same exact thing overall. Like, without a doubt, there is no difference. One does not take more energy than the other. And I would actually even say acting from your end state, because that's what we desire and what is alive within us right now, is actually even much easier than acting from a less than positive state, getting upset, reacting to our external reality. That is going to take much more energy. So why not make it easy and effortless for ourselves, for our manifestation, and for everything? But I want you guys to try this out just for a day. And if you're not in communication with your specific person, that's okay as well. I want you to think about, what if your thoughts were on display? What if your beliefs were on display? How would you feel? Would you feel really proud of them? Or would you not so much feel proud of them? Because this can actually be the push that leads us to fully acting in our end state. Because when we feel like someone's watching, well, I'll word it like this. A lot of times people will comment stuff on videos, on my lives, in my coaching sessions, like, oh my gosh, it's so hard to act from our end state. But let's say you were in public. Would it be easy to kind of not act from the end state? Like, think about the aspect and really an emotion that always comes over us. Maybe if you're feeling really sad, the feeling of crying. Do you feel as if you can hold that emotion back? And a lot of us are going to say no. But what about if you're in public? What if you're at a really fancy dinner? What do you do then? And you're like, well, I make myself hold it in, or I don't. And I'm not condoning holding in your feelings. I just want us to recognize that we do always have that option and the ability to control how we're feeling, thinking, and believing all the time. So if you think it's really difficult to think a certain way, when you start acting out this technique and acting as if your manifestation coach, so whether it's me or whatever manifestation coach, can hear your thoughts and hear everything within, you're going to be thinking, believing, and acting much, much differently. And I've actually had a lot of people, which is an amazing compliment. I love when people say this, but they ask or think during their day, like, what would Kyle do in this manifestation? So you guys are free to do that, or pick whatever manifestation coach is your favorite and think, what would blank say right now? Or how would blank want me to react? And you're going to see a total change in everything that's happening. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. Make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video if you did enjoy it. And then don't forget to subscribe as well. If you did want to leave any comments or questions, leave them in the comments section below. Remember, you can also reach out to me on my website at kyleaugustcoaching.com. So definitely check it out. If you wanted to send me a personal success story, a personal question that you didn't want to post down there, or if you did want that one-on-one coaching, I'd be happy to help you manifest your specific person. But thank you guys so much for stopping by today again. I hope you have a great day. I wasn't able to post, I think the last couple days, but I'm glad to be back up at it again. I want to start posting a lot of my meditations that I have. So let me know in the comments if you guys would like that. But thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.